Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is rigidity. So I was having a conversation with one of my mentors earlier, and we were talking about this particular technique that is used in EFT, and I was talking about how personally I find the way that it's suggested is incredibly rigid. And because it's so rigid, it feels to me like it's a setup for failure. Because essentially it's suggesting that you go down this list. It's actually called the personal peace procedure. And what it's designed to do is to help practitioners of EFT work on their own stuff by going down a list of all of the things that they can recall that have caused them any kind of distress, and then systematically kind of tapping them down and tapping on them. And if you're doing it, quote, the right way, you're doing it every single day. And personally, I have had a lot of resistance to the form that it's in because I find the idea of doing something so systematically and so like, okay, I'm going to tackle this issue about when I was 6 years old and the boys were wearing Batman masks and it really upset me. I find that to be really counterintuitive and contrary to the way my own system works. So I find myself kind of caught between what I know is my own truth about how healing works for me and the part of me that wants to be a good girl and do it the right way. And I've noticed that this is something that comes up for a lot of us, and I've certainly seen it come up for a lot of my clients, particularly for those of us who are highly sensitive and empathic and creative. A lot of times we're going to want to come at things in a different way than maybe the rules are made to be. Now, I can certainly say in my experience when it comes to healing, more often than not, it's whatever is right here, right now, that I follow, and it leads me to the past, as opposed to just arbitrarily choosing some past event and deciding that I'm going to make it better. And what I've noticed for myself is that if I try to stay within the rigidity of the original rules, I will inevitably get overwhelmed and I will inevitably fall off the wagon, because that idea of following a rigid routine and schedule of every single day, I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to follow these rules and I'm going to break it down and I'm going to deal with this. I could probably manage to do that for 1 or 2 weeks, but what would ultimately happen would be that there would be a point where I would get distracted or something would come up, or I'd have a day where it would just be like not feeling it. And then because I was breaking the rules of not doing it every day, I could easily find myself sort of sliding off the program and not doing it at all. And what I've found is that I think it's so much more important to show up and to do the work when we can and as we can than it is to follow rules that are so rigid that we feel like we're failing if we're not doing it in a certain way. And with my clients, I've noticed that there are a lot of people who will not even want to get started on something or will feel really uncomfortable about trying something new for fear of failure, for fear of doing it the wrong way, for fear of not having it sorted out and figured out in the first place. And it's so sad to me that we live in a world where so often we deny ourselves the opportunity to experience something or to show up for something or to receive the help and support that we could get from something because we're afraid we're going to do it not by the rules, or we're going to do it the wrong way, or that we're not going to do it as well as we'd like to. And what I have found for myself is that so often I think that it is more important to show up when we can, as we can, than to try to show up perfectly. And especially when it comes to healing and recovery, it's like sometimes all we can do is what we can do. Sometimes showing up 15 minutes late for an appointment is the best thing we can do. Sometimes showing up and doing a 5-minute meditation practice like once a week, that's what we can do. And wouldn't it be better, isn't it better, if we show up late, if we show up infrequently, but we still show up, as opposed to telling ourselves, well, since I can't do it the right way, I can't do it perfectly, I might as well not even try. And I can certainly say that when it comes to my own journey and my own process, there have been plenty of things that I have basically had to half-ass my way into in order to get comfortable enough to do it better and to do it well and to keep on going. And I am so grateful that there has been a part of me that has always had the willingness to do something imperfectly and to do something not necessarily by following the rules so that I could keep doing it, as opposed to just scrapping the whole thing because I knew I couldn't follow it and do it to the letter of the law. So my question to you right now is, are there things in your life that feel super rigid where you may be feeling like there's no way in hell you're going to be able to do this the way that you think you should be doing it? And where do you fall with that? Do you find yourself avoiding it because you feel like maybe you're not going to do it right and you're afraid of failing? Do you find yourself just not even starting? And what would it look like if you were to give yourself permission to do it on your terms, to find a way to do it that worked for you? And what would that way look like? So I'd love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I'm wishing you peace, I'm wishing you ease, and I'm wishing you the ability to claim and recognize what things would look like on your terms. So in the meantime, I wanted to mention to you, I've created something really special for the holiday season. It's my gift to you, and it's designed to give you some support to get through this hectic holiday time. So if you go over to holidayhelpforempaths.com, you can just sign up and then immediately get access to my holiday help guide, as well as some additional videos to give you support to just get through the hump and to get to the other side of this holiday season. So again, go to holidayhelpforempaths.com, and there is this holiday help guide that I've created just for you. And honestly, I'm really proud of it. I think it's pretty damn fine. And I would love to hear what you have to say about it. So please go over there, grab it, and tell me what you think. And in the meantime, please help me get this video out into the world. Please like it, please share it, and please pass it along to other people who would find it useful. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, peace.